Spread the legs, spread the joy, spread the cheeks, spread don't drop that don't drop that Oh, you better get a little bit of stinky leg up here. You better, no one got the clam chowder. Clam chowder. Okay, all right.
Love you so much.
That was so great, Tyler.
So thank you.
Are you going to be doing that on tour?
On tour, and left and right leg, and
legs.
yeah, you have to pay extra for that for the VIP package, but I will spread my legs.
Woo! It's tea time.
It's tea time.
Tea time.
Everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Today we have the amazing Tyler Henry.
Tyler! He's in the
I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. Oda Mae Brown is in the house.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm feeling the spirits.
Oda
I'm
Mae
gonna grab the
Brown.
table. You
Go.
better watch out. It's gonna start shaking. We're gonna levitate.
Oh my gosh.
I will flip this bitch over.
It
Don't play
happens.
with me.
She will. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
So good. Good to see you again. It's been a few weeks. Since
has
we're
been a few
reading.
weeks.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
been a
that
minute.
was amazing.
Thank you.
We left there like
Changed.
I don't even know how to.
My mom still
explain
hasn't
it.
seen it. She's scared.
Yeah, it's an intense thing. Getting a reading is very vulnerable and intense, and people really responded to that with you both. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
you
us.
for
It was
having
amazing.
us. We want to do some readings for you
Love
today.
it. Read me to filth, honey.
We're gonna
We will.
read you hard.
We're gonna read
Let's
you hard.
go.
Ooh.
ready.
What sushi do you eat? What's your sushi order?
I just am more of the seaweed and rice.
Okay.
I try to kind of minimize the pescatarian element in my life. It's a water
Oh.
energy. I just try
Are
to-
you a vegetarian?
I eat pasta, just pasta. So whatever that is.
So you're a carbitarian?
Vegetarian,
only eat
exactly.
pasta?
It's so healthy. Yeah, I don't, eat. Just carbs are sugar, I guess. I suppose.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
sorry.
Yeah.
Tyler, just walk me through
Yes.
a day in the life of eating.
Bowl of pasta, bowl of French fries, and then for dinner we polish it off with a bowl of pasta and a side bowl of French fries together, and then it's great. It's wonderful.
Is there sauce on this?
No, I butter, salt, pepper. Very generic, very plain. Make my ancestors proud.
You're giving child food. You're giving
I eat
kid
it
meal.
with my fingers, just piling.
So it's Thanksgiving,
Yes,
and you're just like,
Mama, bake me a
Pasta.
dumpling.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. It's just all carbs. Like the more bland, the better. And it's just goop, and it's just like Soylent Green.
Interesting.
It just like
since
eats.
you were a boy.
Yeah. In my girlhood, it actually was more of a pescatarian.
We'll get there.
I
We'll
should
unpack
say
that
balls.
later.
phrase it. Yeah, since you were a young boy. Was this always
A real boy. I'm a real boy. I want to be a real boy.
a boy? Oh my gosh. Okay, this makes me feel
That's cool.
better about how I eat
How are you
because
eating?
I eat very, very routine,
Yes.
and I eat the same foods, but I cycle them through. So
Got it.
like today is my potato day.
Oh,
So I will have a purple sweet potato after this with sunflower seed butter and a yogurt, and that's my meal. And then like tomorrow is my not potato day, so I'll have a salad. I love peanut butter,
Yeah.
and I eat an insane amount of it when I eat it. So I had to kind of pull myself out of eating that many legumes because of the
legumes.
mold.
You're a bean gal.
I was, yeah. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I thought I was a nut gal, but really I'm a bean gal. But then I had to go to a seed. So I was just like, yeah.
Seed
I
gal.
was
That's
flicking
right.
the bean.
Yeah.
I can flick a bean, but
Just
Yes,
said
she
it, not me.
can.
yeah,
But that's the thing. A good legume really will change your life. It'll help regulate your digestive system.
that part.
You don't even need Activia.
Carbitarian, calm down over there.
You're
You're
good to
only
go.
eating
I
wet
barely know.
bread.
It's like a Siberian wilderness down there. It's I'm very constipated.
Do you cook?
Oh, no.
No.
You
No.
don't cook at all.
No to both.
No to both.
No to both.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
But
then,
we're gonna send fiber.
baby Tyler, what was your
Yeah.
naughty
Oh.
actions?
Action. I'm very meticulous. I like to line things up. So as a kid, take things out of the refrigerator and do a deep clean and then put it all up and then leave it for my mom to put back in.
Oh, at least
And
you cleaned it.
Not much
Yeah.
has changed though. That about sums it up. I'm here. I'm clear. We're gonna make this organized to an extent, and then I am stepping back and letting.
So you have OCD?
I do. That's a big part of my personality.
What is like the one
Yeah.
thing that like you stop in your tracks to fix?
I don't know if it's fixing as much as it's mentally preparing. Like talking in groups. Like I tour across the country. I do like a live show, and so I have to deal with like public speaking.
Yeah.
And before I have certain little rituals that I do that kind of help give me a sense of structure and affirmation. There's certainly a line there that we want to draw because
Yeah.
you don't want to follow every compulsion. But it does help to have certain routines. So just maintaining that strong kind of habitual nature to your earlier point kind
Yeah.
of helps me maintain some stability. So I don't lose my cookies.
There you go.
That
Gotta
makes
keep your
total
cookies.
sense.
Do like you knew
I-
in your
I
cookie
can-
jar. Keep them in there.
Yeah.
Definitely relate to that. I was actually recently diagnosed with OCD,
Oh.
and
I knew it all along.
and I knew it, but I didn't claim it fully because I didn't have a diagnosis, and I thought of it like I was like, oh, Howie Mandel, like that's OCD, you know? But now that I also can look at myself through the lens, I'm like, yeah, well, I am OCD. And mine manifests in a few different ways, but it's very much the routine, the habitual nature of things. Cleanliness is a big one for me. Yeah, and it is probably very much tied into my anxiety.
I think you
and
guys are
those
long
things.
lost siblings. I'm over here like, if I do the same thing every day, I'm killing myself. I cannot do the same thing every day.
Crazy.
It's literally crazy to me.
That's probably good though that you're in a relationship because you kind of balance each other out in that sense.
Yeah, that's what we say.
That's what I tell her. We've helped each other.
Yeah, you've helped me keep some type of normalcy. Are you and your partner similar like that?
We are neurotic in different ways,
Are we all?
which I think actually helps. So
Yeah.
in that case, helps to have someone who gets you and also, brings something to the table that you can learn from too.
You discovered that you had this gift around the age of 10.
10 years old was my first premonition, technically.
And I heard that you were a hustler about it.
I was out there trying to figure out what the heck was going on. I would walk the PE track with the other boys, and that's when information would often kind of come in because it was like, lackadaisical and kind of daydreaming and kind of in an imaginative state. And stuff would come in, and I'd share it with them, and then they'd, freak out and either beat me up or in some cases be like, whoa, that was weird. How'd you do that? But then I ended up sharing these impressions with students and teachers.
And you charged them for it.
Yeah, I didn't. Not back then.
No?
Not back then.
No,
No.
right.
I really from 10 to 16 was figuring out like how this works. I would, people watch, and I think we all can kind of relate to that in one way or another. And you get feelings and impressions, and I'd notice patterns and find that certain things would kind of come up repeatedly. And just with enough trial and error, I learned how to identify subtle feelings and turn them into something substantive.
When did you start doing readings officially?
I'd like to say officially at 16. I worked out of a little bookstore in my little town, and it was the only spirituality bookstore. And people would walk in, and I ended up reading one of my teachers who walked in one day. She was my first grade teacher, and I gave her a really powerful medical reading and brought through something really personal about her health. And at the time, she didn't know it to be true. And it kind of freaked her out, understandably, and I regretted how I handled it. And she contacted me months later and said that she had gone to a doctor per her son's recommendations. And indeed, she had had this medical problem. It was a later stage cancer that had developed.
Oh, bye.
And she was able to get it removed and dealt with. And she thanked me via voicemail. But that was my first grade teacher. And that happened when I was, a teenager.
Oh my gosh, wow. Do you get flooded at times? Are there like places or people, like I would imagine that like if you were at a cemetery or something, or is it like more?
I think it's the movie theater.
That's interesting to say that. Yeah, I think to Raven's point, there's something about being in a meditative space. Like a shopping mall, strangely, is a lot more active than a graveyard. There's something about the liminality, the transience nature of kind of those environments that seems to allow for that to happen. Hospitals are really uncomfortable. And I attribute that to the fact that people spend sometimes months or weeks of their life before in a hospital. Whereas a graveyard, that's kind of just more where the body goes.
Yeah.
So, it's not to say that there isn't activity in these places or when we visit, graveside, but they seem to be more connected to the essence of consciousness than any physical place.
I feel like what you have done is just shown us that every human is special. And the fact that, you had it at 10, yeah, you might be a little bit more special than most of us. But you know what I mean? Like if I meditate up in this bitch,
Sure.
I might be able to hear my wife's stomach growling.
There you
know
go.
What I mean?
No doubt about it. And the fact that intuition really speaks to all of us, just in different ways, perhaps. And I hope that this work inspires a sense of wonder and curiosity. And, when we talk about belief, I don't even know what I believe in the grand scheme of larger philosophical questions. And I think we don't always have to have a belief to appreciate something, to see the value in something. We
Yeah.
don't have to understand someone to love them and value them.
Okay, Taylor. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Slash request.
All right.
In this pot,
Yes.
there is something.
Is there a dead loved one in there?
Oh, God.
Did you
No,
put
I'm
someone
on my
in
neck
there?
already.
No.
Are there
I'm not going to
ashes?
do that to you.
Can you imagine if he just
That
pulls
would
his
be
hand out, just
so
like white
rude
powder?
if I was
We're
just like going here.
would be
No,
hilarious.
this is a
So bad, we're
segment
not
that
gonna do that to you.
everyone, and it's something everyone does on tea time. And maybe because we all have really strong intuition, we already know what's in there. I don't know. But I actually do know because I put it in there.
I don't know, just so you know.
You're going to go in there, you're going to pull out a topic, and we're going to discuss whatever is on
Oh, boy.
this piece of paper.
I
Oh, I'm
love his
excited.
rings.
Is it current event? Thank you so
Your
much.
rings are beautiful.
That
so
is so nice
beautiful.
of you. I appreciate it. I've got a little Got a little decor for the
They're
the
super
fingies.
pretty.
What
They
a
look like
stylist. Look at you.
Chicken nuggies.
It's called the chicken nuggies.
what's it called? A seal. You guys.
Wax sealer.
Yeah,
from
Intaglio.
the-
Yes,
Intaglio.
Yeah,
exactly.
yes, yeah.
He knows what
That's
he's
what
doing.
that is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
really
Okay, can I?
Oh, do it whenever.
Do it.
Oh, okay, go.
Yeah, do it. It's
your
Ooh,
time.
ooh, the drama.
the drama.
Oh, my little
There's
fingies.
so many
so
chicken
many.
nuggets for you to pick.
Oh, really?
Here you go.
In there. Okay, all right. We have inner child.
Your inner child.
Which is a good one because my inner child matches my outer child. I'm actively farting.
Oh, perfect.
It's that's
That's where you guys
we're
are
crop dusting
aligned.
actively. Us and
I
Whoopi
did
Goldberg.
it all day yesterday. I felt
yeah.
so bad for our organizer.
Do you have a
happens.
strong connection to your inner child?
You know, I do. I think it's important to be able to like be the person that your inner child needs. And I mean that genuinely. Like I think back at 10 years old and feeling so different in so many ways and not even fully knowing all the ways yet, but thinking of the adult or even the teenager that I would have loved to have been able to meet, the person I needed that I wish would have pulled me aside and said, you know, you've got this, you can do this, you can be this. And so I encourage all people to like be that to themselves. And you can't do the work when you're a kid, but you can as an adult. I would say in some ways, you know, we're always moving forward, right, in life, but when certain things happen to us, it can kind of stun us into a state. And very often with trauma, I've just noticed with clients, people often kind of revert back to the age when something happened that they weren't able to process as an adult. And, you know, that can come out in a lot of different ways.
You know how you hear people say that the body keeps the score? Yes. And I've always known that and understood that, I thought, but it hit differently that day for whatever reason, because I was like, these are the same hands. Like I am in the same vessel that I've always been in. So no wonder this is showing up in this way. I don't remember. There's something specifically had happened to me where I was like, whoa, I think I had reacted a certain way. And I was like, no wonder. And I saw something recently, actually, that was really interesting. A woman had a glass jar and she knocked it off the counter. And she asked then her viewers, like, what did you feel? Did you kind of go, did you gasp? Whatever. She goes, that is a physical and learned body response that you had watching this. But you as an adult have to remind yourself that, like, you're safe. And if you want to break a cup in your house, you're an adult who can do it.
Unless somebody else paid for it and you got to pay them back for it. Or you don't want to have destruction of property.
Opa! Just like,
Or
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like, unless it was a really nice gift that we got for a housewarming, and then you can't because
Then you
that
can't
person's going to
break
come.
it. Let's start acting like adults,
But
people.
you
okay?
guys understand the point of what I'm saying is that the
Yes.
body and that physical response that happened, which is kind of a fear or shock or startled, doesn't necessarily have to happen. Which leads me to the question of healing. And have you done anything specific to heal your trauma, inner child trauma?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of importance on introspection. And in every reading that I do, I'm always taken aback by when I connect. As much as I don't know, what I have learned is that there clearly still seems to be some continuation of self. People still seem to retain who they were, but also continue to be. And with that comes a lot of, you know, clarity, understanding of what was important and what wasn't, what was worth focusing on and what never was. And that gives people an understanding of their ego in a larger capacity. And the lessons I've been able to glean from that have kind of helped me, to some extent, keep it in check. Not to destroy ego, but to build a healthy ego structure that can kind of navigate the world in a way that allows for neuroflexibility, resilience, the ability to kind of keep it going and moving despite the unpredictability of life.
Did your partner help you with this as well?
I think I help him with it more. And then I think he helps me in a different sense in the way that, you know, when I come home, we're less inclined to talk about work. He's really there more about the nitty gritty and the, I don't care what show you were on, you know, it's
that's
more
a good
about like,
partner. I
who
love that.
are you at your core?
Yep.
And that's important. I need that, you know, in my relationship.
Because you are one of the hardest working people in Hollywood. I swear to God, you always got a show. I'm over here looking for jobs. Tyler here, they got a show on Netflix, on HGTV. This man on YouTube. He got every job.
Your wait list is
We got Timu.
the
We're
chain.
coming out.
Timu,
That's right. No, can you imagine?
oh my God.
That's right. We're going on Red Note. We're going to China.
always
We are doing it
working.
all.
Red Note was cute.
That was a
Red Note
moment.
was cute for 5 minutes.
It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we know the answer to this for you.
Yes.
But if there was one meal from your childhood that you could have,
Pasta. Read between the lines. Where's this interview going?
ever with Parmesan
Pasta.
cheese?
No,
No,
not
we
even.
can't do
You just gotta
cheese.
do just straight butter. You gotta
I
get
can't-
like
we-
straight
I mean-
carbohydrates. Like, give it.
I love
Understood.
that for you.
Absolutely.
Have you ever just had flour with water?
No, that's a great way to get food poisoning. That
Really?
flour actually carries Salmonella and E. coli much more than other things. That you
Yeah,
think, like even eggs.
Chicken.
Yeah. So flour.
Okay,
That's why they
I'm
say
just
don't
trying to
eat
give
the
you a straight carb.
dough.
You know?
Dough.
Cookie
It's really
dough?
for the flour, not the eggs, is what you're telling
It's
me?
the flour and the cookie dough that'll make you sick more than the eggs.
That's fair.
Oh my
You can
god.
Google it. Fact check me.
Fact check them in the comments, you guys.
You guys do it.
I just want to know, have you ever taken a piece of pasta and fried it and eaten it like a chip?
No, I just will eat it raw dog it though.
Stop it, Tyler. Stop.
Choice, but just like
Like a ramen, you'll just
yeah,
bite
yeah,
into
just a little bit of a
ramen.
crunch, just like
No,
use
like
it
a
to, like,
crunchy cracker.
yeah, a little crunchy cracker, crunchy cracker, crunchy cracker, and we just we floss with it. You can feel like a
It's a crunchy cracker.
farmer.
Like Jennifer Coolidge
That's
would eat a
crazy.
crunchy
Yeah, just a
cracker.
crunchy,
I'm so
crunchy-
jealous you guys get to have
Wow.
that many carbs. You're Italian too, right?
Oh, yep, I found out in my mid-20s.
Oh.
Teresa is such an Italian name.
You would think, right?
Yeah,
I know.
my mom is named Teresa.
Yeah, it's
and
a
very
good,
Italian.
good name. Is she Italian as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Your mom is the Italian?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
And your dad
And
is...
he's just Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. That's cute. A lot of bread.
A lot of religious extremism on that side.
Yeah.
Like real, Christian, like very
Oh, how do they feel about
conservative.
you?
Can only imagine.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, but Christian Reform Church.
They're like, gay's fine, but that other thing you do, I'm not down for
none of
it.
it's fine. They're like, yeah. He shows his neck. It's like no.
How do you
like ankles.
handle people saying that you're channeling devil spirits or dark spirits or things that are
I've learned that you can't really be understood by everybody, and all I can do is try to convey what I do and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and show the result of it, through really impactful, powerful readings. And if people take away something dark from that, then that's up to them. But my goal is always to kind of shed light on things, to be able to try to leave people better than I find them, and really not to try to convert people. I'm not here about, to try to make anyone believe any one thing. I think that this work inspires wonder and curiosity, and hopefully some introspection. Hopefully you watch a reading and you're like, whoa, I wonder if my loved ones are with me. I wonder if I can maybe have moments of intuition. These are bigger questions that I think we can ask and live more fully as a result.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember when people said they were stopped watching my show because I was psychic on my show and it was devil worshipping.
That had to be so challenging in that climate, especially when there weren't discussions even around the supernatural psychics in a traditional way. And for Disney to take that leap was huge.
It was very big, very interesting to see because it had such a beautiful, all the people came and loved it. And then I just remember the subreddit of, of like, this is a devil worshiper, she's this. And I'm like, whoa, you guys. Like, one, it's a TV show. Yeah. Two, I believe it, so you're probably right. This is fantastic. Wow, that's
Reminds me of Melissa Joan Hart with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and we had the same conversation of just kind of interesting perception versus reality, and people sometimes not being able to separate the character from the human being.
Yes, very much so. I think that in a past life, I was a queen or a princess.
I could see that.
No, Tyler, let her finish.
Yeah.
Because there are some things in life
Yes.
where you have no explanation, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand really where this part of my personality comes from, or this phobia comes from.
Yeah.
Or so the way that I
my
like to
life.
play around with it.
Yeah.
Are you moving away from me?
No, I love it. I'm anticipatorily.
The way that I like to play with it is I think that I was like a bad princess or a bad queen.
Or naughty girl.
Yeah.
Naughty.
And I think that I was locked up in a tower.
Oh.
And I think that's why I'm super claustrophobic today.
Can't
And
do
I
elevators.
think that I maybe was beheaded, which is why like my neck and shoulders hurt so bad. And I think that there was something about like organized religion, because I think that the people that I reigned over were really religious.
She reigned over them.
Reigned over them bitches.
You were a passenger princess. That's the claustrophobia you're sensing.
Got it. What would you say you were in a past life?
A guy.
Well, duh.
A rich man.
You think a rich man?
Yeah, I think I was a rich man.
Yeah.
Because I'm still striving to trying to get back to my old life.
You're just trying. Well, that would make sense why you feel so connected to rich men.
Good try, babes. Good try.
I tried.
We had problems.
What do you think you were in a past life, Tyler?
In a past life, I really think I was just clam chowder.
Yeah,
I was
clam chowder.
shucked from my little shell, depearled, and tossed into some cream and
depearled.
brew. and then this lifetime is just a reckoning to try to like process the chattering.
That makes sense.
Like the clam bake that occurred. We're all processing, all three of us.
I
We
love that he
really
said
are.
clam chowder. That's hilarious.
So how do you self-care?
You know, I just drink lots of water and clam chowder. And
It
between
makes
those two
sense.
things, stained glass windows, good structure, and
And he has good skin.
I go
so
full
you...
boozy toozy. No, you're very sweet. I have eczema, actually. I feel very Kardashian with psoriasis, except I got like the second-rate version, which is eczema. So atopic dermatitis, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Really?
All up in here. Oh, yeah. No, you should see. Oh.
your hands look beautiful.
Yeah.
You keep
You know,
looking into them.
They are my best asset. I have absolutely no booty got back. But I got some fingers when my bird is not eating my...
Oh, what kind of bird do you
I
have?
have a little conure. He's about that big, his little parrot, and he's pissed off at me. I don't know what I did.
And he pecks at you.
He does. He's going...
So let's toast.
Let's toast.
cheers.
Absolutely.
Toasting to
All
you.
right, toasty, toasty.
Yes.
That's right.
Today we are toasting to a coffee shop called the Milano Cafe. And this coffee shop is located in Middleborough, Massachusetts.
Amazing.
And they posted a sign outside of their window, and they said that if you would come in and do your best dance move for 5 seconds, you could get a free coffee. And the people of this town were not shy. They came in, they danced, they did their whole little jiggle. The owner of that coffee shop had seen a pizza shop do it, so they adopted the idea.
Nothing's new.
Nothing is new. And they just spread some joy. And I think I just want to shout them out for spreading a little bit of joy.
Well done, Milano.
Well done. Now spread the legs, spread the joy, spread the cheeks, spread drop. Don't drop that don't drop that Oh, you better get a little bit of stinky leg up here. You better, no one got the clam chowder. Clam chowder. Okay, all right.
That was so great, Tyler.
Thank you.
Are you going to be doing that on tour?
On tour, and left and right leg, and
Both legs. Keep it
yeah, you have
holy
to pay
shit.
extra for that for the VIP package, but I will spread my legs.
Where can we find you? Where can we see you?
Yes.
What are you doing
What's coming up?
All over. Between Netflix every Wednesday at 3 p.m. I'm traveling the country. I have a live tour, which is a lot of fun. So I'm going to like 30 different cities across the U.S. in 2025. And people can check out my website, TylerHenryHollywoodMedium.com,
Yeah.
for a full schedule. It's a mouthful, but I promise it's worth it. And it's a lot of fun. And then Fireside, I meet with people virtually every week. I do private reading giveaways, virtual group readings. It's a really beautiful community.
And that wait list.
Yep,
That's-
600,000 people last we checked. So
Tyler.
by doing the private reading giveaways and doing these group events, though, it allows me to give back and
Yeah.
meet that demand. So
It's really beautiful.
That's
You're
the goal.
amazing.
amazing.
Thank you for
People
being
thought-
here.
Who knew that Tyler Henry has some rhythm?
got
And
jokes.
a little
Rhythm and
junk in his
jokes.
Got a
trunk.
little bit of stinky leg.
Look at it all.
Yeah,
Leg.
that's right. Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tyler.
If you want to hear the full version of this episode, you can check it out wherever you get your podcasts.